Okay, here we go. Let's see how it works out. This is the second training session. She's a little frisky. Again, she's like, no, I am walking myself. You are not walking me. You're not walking me. I believe she'd make a nice little pet. Hi. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. So yeah. Um, it looks like she tried to put her head into something and she's got a little injury back behind her ear. I might have to check that out. Be nice. So I think on one hand she likes the attention of being the only dog. Yeah. But then it kind of, it kind of scares her a little bit being under so much attention. But I think she's starting to like this. She's like, I think I can like this. There's plenty of trees. Oh, no, 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 no. No squirrel chasing. Okay? Squirrel, rat. You're a good doggy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're walking out front now. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. So, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. So, this is her. 1 year old. I was worried. I was like, "Ooh, how big is she gonna get? Is her face gonna get any plumper? What's going on? What's going on?" And she turned out to be a beautiful doggy. Yes, a beautiful doggy. And I love her little dainty feet. She got such dainty feet, but they're strong. They're strong, dainty feet. Come on, let's walk. Let's walk. Ooh. So yeah. I didn't really want to discipline her before or try to train her because I know my disappointment would have been too great. Okay? And her mental skills would be disappointing. So that's why we waited. Okay? We waited. And I think the best time to train a puppy, unless you have a puppy that's, real docile and a follower, then I think waiting a year before training is excellent, okay? But if they're docile and they're a follower, then you could probably start training them at 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Okay? So, this is the second training solo dolo exercising excursion, right? Maybe the next one we'll do the water park. I mean, the doggy park. But, I do it. You're such a good doggy. Yes, you are. A good doggy. You want a treat? You want a treat? Hold on. She says she want a treat. Okay. Good doggy. Yeah. So, no. I think she want to snatch the doggy treats out of my hand and eat them all up. Yeah. So, she's not really that bad. I don't think she's... I know I can get even more cooperation if I got one of those prawn necklaces. Just the thought of it, makes me wonder why. Why do we have to go to these extremes to get cooperation? So, today's her birthday. Today is the summer solstice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 1-year-old birthday. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Now, ooh, the red cardinal. Okay. So, shout out to Tyler Malvo for being inspiration to work out. Now, she's working out at the competition level, right? But just seeing her dedication, was enough to say, I can get outside and go for a walk. If this girl can go to the gym every day and work out while she's at home and take her doggy, she calls her son, on walks, yes, I could take my doggy out for a walk. My beautiful doggy. Swaggy. 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 That's her nickname, Swaggy. Swaggy. And then when she starts getting a little graceful, we go back to calling her Gracie. Look at her. My God. She's so strong. Ugh. Oh, God. Whew. So, I know when I was at the vet, they told me that she might get up to like 80 pounds. But then when I went back to the vet, they said, no, she's as big as she gonna get. How big you gonna get, baby? How big you gonna get? So, I don't know. I'm thinking that they stop growing. Let's go through this way. That they stop growing once they get about 6 months or a year old, something like that. Y'all could tell me if you know. I know she's a pit, and I'm not sure what she's mixed with, but because she has little feet, I'm thinking she might be part, I think she might be part like pit and English bulldog. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Isn't this nice walking in the woods? It's so nice and cool in here. Dang, I did not put on bug spray. I didn't put on the bug spray. Okay. So this is just a path alongside of the concrete path that I decided, we could go on to make it interesting and easy on the paws. Yeah. So this is nice because she is adopting a leader characteristic. Because before, she wasn't quite the leader. She was more of a prankster. But now, look at you, look at you, look at you, look at you. Beautiful doggy. Beautiful swaggy. Okay. Okay. Wasn't that nice? Let's go this way. That was nice, huh? Sit. Hold on. Okay. I think we've fallen in love. Let's go this way. Let's go across the bridge. Come on. We're gonna go this way. That way. Across the bridge. Come on. No, 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 no. Up here. This way. Ooh. Yeah, let's go. See, you cross one bridge, and then you can cross another bridge. Yeah. So yeah. So typically, the way that they would celebrate Mother's Day is they would take mothers, out to brunch. Now, I'm not sure if that's what they did for Father's Day. Because, most dads are like, they want dinner. This is so great. She ain't tried to pull my arm off, not once. Yay. But this could be because we're really isolated. See, this is where we're at. Very beautiful part with pathways, concrete and woodsy pathways. I don't know what happened to the bowl. I had a collapsible bowl that I had bought, and I put it somewhere, and I can't find it. That pisses me off because, I want to give the pitties, something to drink after the walk. I did put a cup in the car. Okay. Because I know this park, it doesn't have water fountains for the pitties. It has water fountains for people only, but not for the doggies. You're doing a good job walking. Thank you for keeping me exercised. She like exercise and she sped up. This ain't exercise. Let me show you exercise. Yeah. So we're gonna designate the summer solstice as her birthday. That way I'll never forget it. Okay? You thirsty? We're almost to the car. I am just so glad that we were able to take this walk and really, change my mind about, having to buy the prong training necklace. Okay? Because my thought is, if I have to go to the extremes, to try to train her, I'll be feeling like, well, maybe she just doesn't feel the love here. And maybe she should go someplace and feel the love. Right? And I'm like, how could she not feel the love? You want another treat? Good doggy, okay. You want to walk her through the grass? I want to walk through the grass. How about you? You want to walk through the grass? So yeah, this has been great. I'm hopeful. I was very discouraged because, she's did a lot of destruction. And, there was a lot of disobedience. And I didn't want her to be like a cage dog, even though I have a cage, where you keep the dog in the cage all the time and let him out only a little bit. That just would have been way too much discipline for me. Okay? So my thought was, I need a dog, that has self-discipline. Come on. I needed a dog that has self-discipline enough to where, to minimize the maintenance required, right? Now, the situation would be completely different if they didn't have at least a little bit of yard, okay? And at least the ability, to get in and out of the house on their own. That would be completely different. So yeah, I think I'll sit down here for a minute. Or not. She didn't poo once, so that's strange. And I came prepared too. I got the poo bag pouches. Look at her. She's like, are we sitting down? Should I get up here and sit down with you? Sit. Hold on. So we just taking a little cool down period after our walk. When we get to the car, I'm gonna give her some water. Yeah, give her some water. Because they don't have any doggy fountains out here. And I don't know what happened to the collapsible bowl. I just don't know what happened to it. They do have a Dollar Tree over here. I might stop off in there and see if I can get another collapsible bowl. And this time maybe put it on the satchel so that, you know, it had a hook and everything, and I should have just hooked it onto the satchel. But I put it somewhere and was supposed to have remembered where I put it. I'll come across it. And when I do, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember I put it there. Let's walk to the car now. Come on. Come on. So overall, she's a very good dog. Very emotional. People with, you know, emotional power or passionate power, you know, she can feel that easily. So, like when my daughter came over and I was telling her, you know, some things about the pity, right? And, you know, she was like, oh, you just got to train her, you just got to train her. And I'm like, yeah, you know, but she requires a lot of emotional power. So then, you know, she decided, you know, to get more objective in giving her instructions, right? And oh my gosh, you know, it was like I seen the emotions, you know, it's invisible, but you know how you see the energy. I seen the energy radiate. And after that point, you know, she became quite a bit more obedient. Hold on. Okay, mission accomplished. We do need to get a bowl because I tried to give her some water out of a cup and yeah, we sort of spilled it. So the best thing would be one of those little things where you can pour the water inside of the it would be a water holder and a dispenser. And I can't remember, you know, what store I had seen that at. And at the time, I was thinking, oh, that would be nice. And then I said, oh, but you know, you got a collapsible bowl. That's good enough. Right? And I can't even find a dang collapsible bowl. That really pisses me off. So, happy birthday to you. We're going to get you a toy. We're going to get you a toy for your birthday. Maybe a treat.